Arsenal. Do they have the depth to hold off City? I guess City has a match in hand, and what is it, sitting at 8 right now? Is that what the number is? But we've questioned whether Arsenal was going to have depth down the stretch. I think it's why both of us picked City to win the EPL even 3 weeks ago. But man, their depth really has shown out the last couple of weeks with the injuries that they're dealing with.
It really has. And I watched a bit of the game yesterday, and they made the subs, and the subs that came on was Tierney at the back, and he chased down Zaha, I think it was. He was just like lightning. He got a one-on-one almost. So Tierney comes on. He's a good fullback. Jesus comes on, coming back from injury. Smith Rowe, he's gaining experience. Jorginho, and then they got a Polish centre back that they gave some time to, a new guy, Kivior or someone like that. But so that 6 months ago or 12 months ago, they had nothing like that bench, and that bench came on, nothing changed. Now I know they were up, and it was against Crystal Palace who was struggling, but nevertheless, I think most of us have been saying they haven't got the depth to hang in there, and when they get injuries, then we're going to see then they'll fall away. Well, they've had a few injuries, and Jesus coming back now. They just seem to be all in it together now, and I think. I'm not sure who's if they're gonna go all the way still, but the spirit looks fantastic, and the depth is there, and I've got way more faith. I wouldn't be surprised now if they did. I would have been very surprised even a month ago if they'd have won the Premier League, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're winning now.
Yeah, they're surviving this thing, and a lot of that is the depth is interesting to me, Chris. We talked about this yesterday just on the phone. It's interesting because it's just guys that are solid veterans that are coming off the bench, that are the reserves that have played really, really well for them. And what happens is your quality doesn't drop that far when you have guys like that. And so if you look at the injuries that they have right now, Nketiah is out. He was struggling anyway. So I don't know that you necessarily lose a ton, whether it's Trossard or it's Jesus.
Yeah.
Either way, you don't lose a lot, but that's 3 guys at a forward position right now that you can start and feel pretty comfortable with. Even if you have to take them out, you feel comfortable with who's coming in there. There aren't enough forwards to go around right now in the EPL. So the fact that you have 3 that you feel comfortable with, even though 2 of those have dealt with injury issues this year, very nice job bringing on Trossard during the transfer window, I think, by their management as well. Then you have Saliba who's hurt, and you have Tommy who's hurt. And they're surviving. Not only are they surviving it, they're thriving. I do think if we get down to 6 points, and it could be a 6-point swing, you know what I mean? And there's somehow, some way, if City can pull that off, if they're able to beat Arsenal when they play later on next month, that could be the difference maker in this one. But right now, the concern I had for Arsenal was I know City has depth. I know the World Cup being in November is going to play a part in this, and we're going to see some injuries around. And I just don't know if Arsenal's depth can hold up. Arsenal's depth is holding up right now. And now you have the international break where guys are going to get rested as well. And you see some guys that will probably come back from that and be able to, and that team's going to be even stronger because now you've gotten playing time and you've gotten a chance to build a chemistry with some of these veterans that you've added to the club.
You're right. And you mentioned a guy to me yesterday, Granit Xhaka. I mean, what a transformation he is. He was good for a red card, let alone a goal or an assist. He was just good for a red card every game. He completely lost it. He looked like a liability. I think the fans had turned on him, and they were ready to see him out of the club. This guy's just like, he's transformed himself, and he looks like a leader on the field. He's at the center of everything. He looks like he's enjoying himself when he's playing out there now. It's just the more experienced guys like him, the youth, it's all gelled. The coach, they've all bought into his philosophy, and they all look like they're just on the same page, and it's great. Oh, I've got to say, it's great watching them now. It's it's good to watch not just Manchester City. There's someone else that's great to watch on a regular basis, and it's all coming together at the right time for them.
And let's be honest, look, as a Spurs fan, just Arsenal fans, I don't like you. But I must admit, it's cool to see the way that they built this team, because this was a manager that everybody was decrying and wanted gone. They stuck by him, and it paid off for them, right? They already have silver with them with the FA Cup win a couple years ago. And they built with a young squad of players that have been there for a while. They brought on aging veterans to add chemistry and things like that. They were willing to let Aubameyang and Lacazette go when they were malcontents. They've done all the things that I think we as fans say that we want to see our teams do. Arsenal's done it that way. And so there's part of me that wants to see them get rewarded for building the team the way that they have built the team.
They've transformed it. I don't know if it was how long ago, 12 months. There's not much more than that. Maybe inside that. They were a right mess. It was a complete mess. And the fans they wanted to get rid of Arteta, and nothing was working. Aubameyang, like you say, Aubameyang was causing trouble, and it just looked like they were just going to get worse, a lot worse, before they even started to get better. And it happened relatively quickly, but it got rid of the bad apples in there and gave everybody an opportunity, I think, and he's put his faith in them. And you can really see it paying off, because the way they're playing is fantastic, and the spirit in the team is wonderful. Right through from the Ramsdale, a fantastic goalkeeper. I think he's a great keeper, a great character, and any champion. I mean, any championship winning team or Premier League winning team has to have a fantastic, strong goalkeeper behind him, and he's having a great season as well. So from the back to front, they're looking fantastic.